Hey everyone, in this voice recording, I'm going to be speaking more on the Academy for Prefectures in the Roman Republic for engineers posts and tax collectors, each having their own separate duties and methods, okay? I'm going to be starting on the prefectures. Now, prefecture training, it's not to train to be a soldier. It's more to train to handle riots and criminals in the streets, on the roads, theft. If anybody is starting a fire, their training will be possibly putting out fires, doing patrols in the city at night. They won't be so highly skilled in warfare, as in, let's just say, I've said this previously, they're not soldiers, but doesn't mean they can't fight. They can fight. If they come in groups, they're much more effective. However, it's not required for them to just patrol in groups all the time, okay? Usually their presence is enough to deter any criminals, okay? When you see a prefecture in his uniform patrolling the streets, that gives a feeling of safety and security that everything in that area is secure, okay? When you see a prefecture in his uniform doing his patrolling, citizens are able to sleep well at night, and also during the daytime, they're not worried about fire spreading, and so everyone is living stress-free, okay? So another duty of prefecture training is to look out for child abuse. How are the Roman children doing? Is there any evidence of physical punishment being done on children? Is there any evidence of some kind of neglect? Is any child starving or hungry, or is a child having scars of being caned or something? So all this is there in prefecture training, okay? And child abuse is the most serious issue in the Roman Republic. The prefectures, now this is coming from original Roman law, okay, when it comes to the prefecture. So prefectures must also be trained to look out for any child abuse when they're marching, to check up on the children every once in a while, both male and female. So Prefecture Academy will also be to handle fires, how to put out fires, how to identify smoke. Is that smoke a threatening fire? Is it non-threatening? Okay, if a few Romans are just starting a fire somewhere, the prefecture, will just warn them, hey, just make sure this doesn't spread, just the little things. The engineers academy will be, to check for collapsed buildings, to just do patrolling on the buildings in the city, all of these temples, the Senate building, the Colosseum, all these entertainment avenues, they'll come and do their checks every once in a while. So they're also on patrol. They're trained to see how, if a building collapses, is there any signs that something is about to collapse? Okay, is a building weak? They're also authorized to do demolitions. If there's a warning, they will say that this building is not fit to continue, and they're also trained in that, how to dismantle a building, to look for signs. They're not construction workers, by the way. They're just there to inspect, okay? And look for any signs of collapse in any building. Doesn't matter if it's a patrician neighborhood or a plebeian neighborhood. They will also inspect warehouses, granaries, farms, etc., etc. So there is a completely separate training that is not even relevant to the military here, okay? Now, the tax collector's training is basically how to become a person that is the most hated person in the Roman Republic, okay? That's lesson number 1 in the Tax Collectors Academy. How to get people to be pissed off at you for no reason. So the Tax Collector Academy's training is how to piss people off and get them angry, but not angry enough to agitate a riot. This is requiring a lot of skill. So, tax collectors training is just how to be the most hated person in the province. Okay? that you live in. But not enough hatred to start a riot. But even if the tax collectors agitate a riot, they go free. It's not their fault. Why is this? Because they're a source of revenue for Caesar and the government. Okay. By the way, if there's any post that can get you a patrician villa, apart from being an officer in the military, red, blue, or purple, it would be the tax collector, by the way. The Roman tax collector, and also, yes, tradesmen and tradeswomen. However, the Roman tax collector is also having a very good chance of getting that patrician villa, okay? Which will piss off even more people. But that's just part of the training. So remember, tax collector's duty is just to be hated by everyone. If people start loving you as a tax collector, that means you're a bad tax collector. You have to go back and do your training. That's all I have in this voice recording. See you people later.